Good morning, my teaching friends, especially my history teaching friends. Now, I thought today I'd start off with talking a little bit about how well last week went. Overall, first week of school, it went really, really well. Now, it always takes me 3 days to get through the intro stuff. I always try to get it through like two, but every single year, it always takes me three. But I also like to overplan. Always like to have more stuff to do than not enough. I'm that guy, plan A, B, and C, if you know what I mean. Now, some people, that might stress them out because they're thinking, man, I got to get all this stuff done. But I am a big advocate for altering course when need be, okay? Now, if you're a first year teacher, then certainly it's good to try to have, all these check boxes and get through them as much as possible. But again, us teachers, one of the biggest lessons that we need to learn is that there's always more stuff to do. And I have ADHD, so that might impact how I approach teaching a little bit. I'm sure it does. But anyhow, last week went really well. So today I actually have to finish up my syllabus now. So this is my world history syllabus. I'm a big meme fan. There's 11 pages in my syllabus. Now some of you are like, whoa, man, like 11 pages? Like, yes, because in it has like all my classroom procedures, it has my rules, has my expectations. There's literally a section in there for like what the students' rights are and what the teachers' rights are. So I try to be very clear, very transparent, and at the very, very end, very back page, right here, they're expected to go home. It's their first homework assignment. They get a grade for it, review it, sign it, and turn it in, okay? And I take my time with it. Like we read through it. It's the most painful part of the year. No one likes doing it. I don't really like doing it. But again, I want to make sure that we're all on the same page and those standards are met. And once you get through that difficult part, you can always point back to like, hey, remember our rules? Remember what my rights are? If or maybe you remember what your rights are in those kind of situations. So anyhow, that is today. So we're going to finish up the syllabus. It's not going to take up the entire class. And in my U.S. history class, we're actually doing an assignment that is on. It used to be called Stanford History. They don't go by that anymore. I always just shortcut it and call it SHEG. It's called Make Your Case because they have a lot of really cool lesson plans on there, just for critical thinking. And that's my goal. I really have been the past 2 years really trying to focus on critical thinking. So let me see. I know it's not called that anymore. It's not SHEG or Standard History. It's the Digital Inquiry Group. So you can sign up for free, okay? Students can sign up for it too because there's some interactive things that students can do. But Digital Inquiry Group, used to be SHEG or Stanford History Education Group, has a lot of awesome assignments. And the one that we start out with is called Make Your Case. And it's literally just them working with pairs. You can always adapt the lessons to your own, right? So I always put it with pairs. And they kind of focus on what's reliable, what's not reliable. It teaches them, not this particular assignment, but some other assignments will teach them looking for sourcing, right? The next assignment after that is where it's like a lunchroom fight, so they take different perspectives. And as history teachers, we need to be on top of that. That's one of the biggest things that's plaguing our country and across the world, but I know for sure our country, is that people aren't willing to listen to each other. People aren't willing to take in perspectives, right? Values, culture, beliefs, all those things. We just want to shout out what we believe, what we want, and that's it. That's gospel truth, right? So we do that, and it preps them. So when we start talking about the really difficult things, history related, we're not shying away from it, first of all, right? We're not making excuses for it either, but we're also trying to make sure that they're using historical thinking. Okay, so put yourself in this person's shoes. What's going on around them? What are the expectations of society at the time? Yada, yada, yada. Again, not saying we should excuse certain things, but we need to go at it with our eyes completely open. That's all I'm saying. That's the whole point. So that's this week. This week is all about historic skills. and the foundational things. And I also give my students a map of the 50 states, right? And on the front side it has all the 50 states clearly labeled and everything. On the other side, as I give it to them for homework, and they write out where the states are. Obviously, that's not going to be enough for them to memorize the 50 states. So I also, on Google Classroom, I give them a map memorization game. There's lots of them online that are free. You don't even need to sign up for it or anything. So they're practicing, because next Wednesday, today's Monday, no, today's Tuesday. We had Labor Day yesterday. So today is Tuesday, next Wednesday, because I always give a quiz or a test every single Wednesday. My school kind of requires having an assessment every week, some type of formative or summative assessment. So next Wednesday, they will have a test on the 50 states, and I give them a Word box, so they don't even have to worry about spelling it. They just have to know where it is. And of course, the students that are special needs, then I actually chunk it. So I give them 10 at a time. And where was I going with this? Oh, that's the only test the entire year that they can take as many times as they want the first quarter to get that 100%. I think as a social studies teacher, a U.S. social studies teacher, it's really important as we go through, especially colonization, westward expansion and everything. They need to know where these states are, right? They need to have a general understanding of how the progression happens and how that all works. So they're required to memorize it. If they do bad, they can take it over again as many times as they want. I don't care. If they want to get 100%, do it. I encourage it to them. So that is my week in a nutshell for this week. So today we're going to do the syllabus, finish that up, and then we're going to do make your case, in which that might take up the rest of the time, probably not. And then I give them the map, and what I'll do is I'll let them go ahead and get started, because I always try to give my students work time so that they don't actually have to take anything home, or at least very little home, because that eliminates an excuse. That's part of being a teacher, is trying to eliminate as many excuses as possible. And say, I don't have time at home, I gotta watch my kids, which I completely get, because I was that kid when I was growing up. Or I got a really long bus ride, it's a 2-hour long bus ride, and I get sick trying to read or write while I'm driving. Guess what, I was that kid too. I always try to do my homework on the bus, but man, it was not a comfortable experience. And I'm a family man. I got kids, I got family myself. And really, I want to spend the evening with my family and without the chaos of honestly trying to help homework. I'm not getting in that debate. I think homework certainly has a place, but I also believe in personal responsibility. So if I give my students time in class to work on something and to ask me questions, etc., then it is pushing personal responsibility on them to complete it, right? Use their time wisely. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. What was your guys' first week like? What's your guys' first days look like? Do you dive right into schoolwork like the first week? Do you give them a couple of days to ease into it? I'd love to hear it, so give me a comment below. And if you want to know what my syllabus, I'll tell you what, if you sign up for the monthly drop, I'll actually have a file on there, and you can just copy and paste it and adapt it and use it however you want to, So I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Be kissing to your loved ones, and I'll see you guys next time. See you tomorrow. Take care.